Okay, so a little bit of amusing and yet stupid news is, well, first, let me tell you about what I thought this originally was. You see, Kojima's left, right? Kojima left Konami, and essentially he is their bread and butter developer. Apparently something tells me that he left mostly due to the fact that they pretty much made him do pretty much every single game that they were gonna make. They were having them do Silent Hills, and then they have them like rushing out to do frickin' Metal Gear games almost every single time. Oh well, what game should we make this year? Oh well, let's just make another Metal Gear game. Nobody will mind. And they just say, hey, Kojima, do this. And pretty much what I'm trying to say here is that Kojima left probably because he got sick of working for Konami, having them having him do pretty much every game, because almost all the talent in their company has just essentially disappeared. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. You see, what I'm here to talk about is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It is the Metal Gear Solid 1984 collection, I believe it's called, or the 1980s collection. And the thing with this particular thing, it made me think it was going to be an HD remake, or maybe like some sort of, like game, kind of like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, just kind of like for the sake of, being fun and making a satirical version of their own game, kind of like how Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was. And the reason why I actually think Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is because of the fact that the whole entire color scheme of what this thing, of the name and the spangly letters and the grid in the background kind of just screamed Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I was thinking, wow, though it probably wasn't going to be it, but it just reminded me of it. So I was thinking like HD remake, of maybe the original Metal Gear from the NES, or HD remake of all the other Metal Gear games in this collection. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Instead, it is closed. Yes, I am not kidding you, it is closed. It is not a game, it is not a freaking HD remake, it isn't something that'll probably give Konami money, but it's just closed. Close to make some extra money and possibly to get back what they're probably going to end up losing later on in the future, because their one and only bread and butter developer left, because they were essentially pretty much slaving him to Metal Gear Solid, and the one game that he probably could have finished, but you know what, I don't blame him for leaving anyway, is Silent Hills. I don't blame him for not finishing it at all, because, like I said, he was probably sick and tired of going under Konami. But the thing was, though, is that Konami is... They are literally in a rut right now. Like, it looks as though they're in a rut right now. I could be wrong, but it looks like they're literally like trying to get back what they believe they might be losing later on in the future, because their developer, their main man left, Kojima. He left, and their main man is probably gonna go on, make better games, probably make a good horror game. It's not gonna be Silent Hills, but a game that's very similar to it that'll probably be better than any of the other like crap that Konami will just spew out, because we all know in the past Konami has never really had a good track record other than the original 3 Silent Hill games with that particular IP, because Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 were great. I played Silent Hill 1, I never played 2 or 3, but from what I can understand, 2 and 3 were good, and I just loved 1. It was just very scary, very disturbing to me, and that's why I love that game so much. And after the 3, I played like the freaking GameCube one. I was like, Christ, what the hell am I playing here? Like I couldn't understand what the hell it was. And then Silent Hill Homecoming, which is like I heard was god awful. I did not want to play it whatsoever. I loved Silent Hill so much I wanted to buy it, but I didn't because I heard some people say it was bad. And I've heard a lot of the Western developed Silent Hill games aren't exactly that great. So I stayed away from it. I was essentially looking for a great Silent Hill game. Unfortunately, Konami didn't want to actually give us that, and instead was just shoving down, I don't know, generic horror games down our throat. Which in my personal opinion is just pure laziness. Like, this development, Konami, it's like they don't want good games anymore. They don't want to make good games anymore, and now they're just relying on clothes. Just clothes. They're not even relying on like freaking DLC like Capcom is. No, just clothes. Just clothes. Like, yeah, it's not DLC. I know it's not like freaking something that is like stripped from a game. You know, like freaking Evolve. You know how bad that was. You know, it's not like freaking DLC whoring. You know, but still, it's just clothes. No, it's not a game. It's just clothes. You know, nothing amazing. Nothing that'll bring them back. Nope, just clothes. Nothing other than clothes. And it literally just had me sitting there thinking, oh, well, that's what I was actually thinking. Like, where is our freaking HD remake of freaking the Metal Gear series? Literally, like a legit HD remake. I would love to see an HD remake of the Metal Gear franchise. But it might not happen. You want to know why? Because Konami will probably be too busy digging themselves out of the rut that they've essentially put themselves in. And after driving away so much talent, it's no surprise that, you know, they're in this position. I don't know what else to say about Konami. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, they have so many IPs. They have so many things that they can literally make, and they're not using any of them. None of them. They choose not to. Why? I don't know. Is it because Kojima was the only talent on the team that could actually make a good game? I don't know. I mean, apparently they wanted him for Silent Hills as well, which is kind of funny because, you know, when you look at the fact that he was not only, you know, doing Metal Gear Solid and all the Metal Gear games in the past, but they also had him do Silent Hills. You'd think, well, don't you think they'd get somebody else? Oh, well, no. And what that tells me is that he was like their last kind of hurrah developer, like the last developer who had any real talent. Because right now it seems as though they're like kind of scrimping and saving now. Like the freaking clothesline, like I know it was introduced way back when Kojima was still, you know, a part of Konami, but still, it was god awful. The idea of them just relying on clothes to keep them afloat now is just freaking annoying. It's lazy, really. It is. Like, you gotta wonder, you know, where is their talent? Where did it disappear to? Where are their developers? You know, can't they freaking get somebody? And even if they don't have any freaking talent, I'm pretty sure they can get somebody out there to make their games. Somebody with some good talent, you know, maybe some fresh new people, you know, hot off of the freaking graduation over at a college somewhere. I know I'm probably sounding like it's like I'm trying to give them ideas here, and I'm having a hard time thinking stuff up. But it's just sad because when you saw that Kojima was also doing Silent Hills, it just told me Kojima's their only developer. And he's the only one who's the only developer, and he's the only one who has a development team, which is sad. I mean, really sad. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later.